You know what is the bad thing about this setup? Is like these chairs don't have like the bring them up, bring them down.
Yeah.
So like people can really tell like the height difference because like me, I have to sit like so that I don't look short as shit. If I look down here, it's gonna look fucking tall
like
ass
when
Larry.
Tory Lanez jumped up out of the seat when he was in The Breakfast Club or whatever. And he was like, this motherfucker the same height as he was.
Yeah, I saw
down.
that. That's so fucking disrespectful.
Yeah, facts. Welcome back to the Mancave Podcast, everybody. Got my co-host George with me today. Doing something a little bit different. We're going to talk about the Olympics, all of the stuff that's happened with the basketball world. And apparently NBA stands for Negroes Being Athletic and not the National Basketball Association, according to George. So
I just call it how I sees it.
learn something new every day, I guess. But yeah, man, did you watch any of the Olympics at all?
I was at the barbecue you invited me like a month ago, and you had it on the TV at your mom's place.
Oh yeah.
That's all I saw.
That wasn't a month ago. Was that a month ago?
Might have been like 3 weeks.
Okay, yeah. Damn, that time fly. But yeah, so there's like a lot of stuff happening. Aside from like Noah Lyles, who's like an Olympic track runner for the USA, shitting on the basketball team all the time.
Is he allowed to do that?
Allowed? What do you mean?
Is that his last name? Noah Allowed?
That was so trash.
Allowed?
That was Noah Lyles.
I heard allowed.
You got dad brain.
I'm fine. I'm fucking cooked.
But yeah, so the big debate this week is whether or not Steph Curry should have won MVP over LeBron James.
I mean, that who won that? Did they announce it yet?
Yeah, LeBron.
Okay.
At 39, almost 40 years old, been named the Olympics.
They glazing, you think, a little bit?
I don't think so. So I pulled up the stats, and basically, LeBron is leading in like every category for the Olympic basketball team, except for like points per game.
That motherfucker really the best, huh?
Bro.
That's so annoying.
and that's why people hate him, I think. Is because they're expecting at this point.
Like relax, slow down. You're about to be 40. Like,
let somebody else shine.
Chill. Not even his kid about to take that life from him.
Nah, Bronny gonna play like 1 or 2 games with the Lakers and be in the G League after that.
Damn.
But nah, so you saw the highlights.
Yeah, the one you sent me.
Yeah.
Which was actually like, I'm like, he killed it. Now, on top of his shots, because obviously Steph Curry is crazy.
Yeah.
His assists were fucking on point too. Yeah. I was like, all right, he did his thing.
And he gets a lot of flack, actually. There was a debate, I think, on it was on Road Tripping, which is Richard Jefferson, Kendrick Perkins, Channing Frye, and somebody else. Ali. That's another podcast, sports-related podcast. And they were basically saying how Steph isn't
like a team player.
Not that he's not a team player, but they were debating whether he was the best point guard of all time or one of. And people were saying basically because he's such a phenomenal shooter, he's not really a good passer. But to your point, like he can pass the hell out of the ball. Yeah, he was
doing it.
Yeah.
So that's what point guard means? Yeah. I don't really watch basketball at all. And I've heard the term.
Yeah.
And I really never really deciphered what does point guard mean. Right. So that's like the assist.
Right. So I'm trying to think of in terms of like a MMO PvP situation.
No, like I get it. You don't have. I hit you, and then you scored afterwards because I got you.
Yeah, so he runs the offense, but so LeBron's leading in like every statistical category, and then Steph has these last 2 games where he combines between 2 games for 60 fucking points, and people were. I guess it's more like a "what have you done for me lately" kind of thing because LeBron was like carrying for the first 5 or 6 games, and then Steph has these 2 amazing games at the last minute, and everybody's like, "Oh, why didn't Steph Curry win?" And I was like, "Oh, well.
Dude, recency bias.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
It's like I just saw it. Whatever happened the 4 games before, right. I don't remember that shit. But I just saw him do some crazy shit. He was cooking out here. So
let me ask you, if those last 2 games were the 2 most difficult, which they were, games for the team to play against, and Steph was the best performing, do you think that helps his argument a little bit more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. If you're telling me that the last two were the most difficult, and if you remove him from those two games, do they lose?
They probably do.
And that's the argument right there.
Yeah. But
if you remove LeBron from the other four, do they win or do they lose? How do those games play out?
They actually might have lost those games because there was one game, I think it was against South Sudan.
Well, then fuck, these motherfuckers, they need these two. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. And
America needs LeBron and Curry, right?
I think LeBron, KD, and Steph Curry are the oldest ones on the team, and they were the best on the team.
What do you think that is? Is it just experience? Is it drive? Is it just a different breed?
I think it's a combination of all those things. I think at this stage, we're starting to see like more talent in basketball than we've ever seen before. But I think LeBron is a freak of nature, for one. I don't know anybody in any sport anywhere and somebody's at that age been playing at this level for 20 something fucking years. The man has like more finals appearances than anybody else. He just broke the NBA scoring record this past season, which nobody thought would be humanly possible. And it's so high now, such that nobody will ever reach him. So I think it's just a combination of all those things. And Steph Curry has an insane work ethic. I think that's the common denominator in all those three players, is that they all have insane workout and work ethic. If you talk to anybody in the sports world, when they talk about Kevin Durant's work ethic, they say basically it's like he's playing a real game during his workout.
Yeah.
And Steph Curry's workout is so intense that when people try to come work out with him, they've passed the fuck out.
I mean, that work ethic is a skill in its own. Like people pretend like, oh, that's just who they are.
Right.
But that's a skill that people don't have. Work ethic, especially to push yourself past the point where everybody else is willing to stop.
Yeah.
That's how they got to where they are.
For sure.
But yeah, you got something that you were gonna show us, or?
Yeah. Well, I want to talk a little bit about I guess just how impactful I think LeBron has been for his entire NBA career before we go off to the other stuff, because I think it's important for people to understand, like, this man is, if not the best of all time, he's one of the best of all time. He's top 3, I think, for me, of greatest players of all time. He's only not won gold in the Olympics one time. And he barely played in that Olympics. But like, when you see all of these superstar players deferring to him, like letting him lead the team, letting him be the point guard at 40 fucking years old.
Yeah.
Like, even if you don't respect him for whatever reason, maybe you're not a LeBron fan, whatever, like, your favorite player holds LeBron in high regard. So, like, whether you think Steph should have won MVP or not, LeBron is probably in his last season. There was no way that they were about to give it to anybody else just for, like, optics sake. You know what I mean? Like,
who will be the face of the NBA once LeBron's out?
That's a great question. Me personally, I think it'll be Anthony Edwards, just because he's so dynamic. He's like your homie that you grew up with, but he just nice as shit in basketball. So you talking to him, you feel like you're talking to a regular person, down to earth. I think he played a game in Utah. There's this dude, John Collins. Anthony Edwards, if I'm not mistaken, is like 6'5", 6'6".
About your height.
Yeah, no, hell no. I wish. John Collins is like 6'9", 6'10".
God damn.
So Anthony Edwards dunks on this man crazy. He dunked on him so hard, John Collins was laying on the ground covering his face like he got like a concussion or something. I don't know. And then somebody asked Anthony Edwards for his jersey, and he was like, "Nah, I got to give it to Collins."
That's funny.
It's wild as fuck. Like, it's so disrespectful. But then we got all of that controversy happening. And then in addition to that, there's 3 Boston Celtics players who are on the Olympics team. Mind you, the Boston Celtics just won the NBA championship, which was not even maybe 2-3 months ago or whatever, at this point. And the 3 players on the team are Jason Tatum, Derek White, Drew Holiday. Jason Tatum is supposed to be the leader of the Boston Celtics. He's supposed to be the best player. Drew Holiday and Derek White are just role players. They all play on the Olympics together. But guess which one of the 3 is not getting a lot of playing time?
Tatum?
Yes.
Why?
Great question. So it's a lot of like speculation, a lot of controversy. I'll tell you what I think, and then I'll tell you guys what the conspiracy is that's on the internet, which we all love conspiracy.
You know, right? I do.
So when you look at the Olympics, right, it's usually like the best talent in your country all combined on one team.
Yeah.
Whenever you're putting a team together, you want people who are going to play a role, right?
Yeah.
Like you think of like your favorite video game, you need a
healer. Yeah,
a tank.
But yeah, I agree 100%. Everybody has a role to play, and those roles push the team forward.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can't have too many people doing the same exact
Exactly. Yeah, I got you.
Right. So I think the problem with Jason Tatum is that
the role he would play was already taken by somebody who plays it better than him.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And he's more of like an all around jack of all trades, not really like a specialist.
Gotcha.
Steph Curry, shoot the hell out of the ball. LeBron is one of the best passers ever. Kevin Durant is the best scorer ever.
So because he's okay, like pretty good at everything, but not phenomenal in the one thing. And we got these people who are phenomenal in these fields.
Right.
Like, take a seat because we already got the best of the best. I got you. That makes sense. I mean, it makes sense.
And then, so people are like, well, why is Drew Holiday or why is Derek White getting playing time and he's not? Well, Drew Holiday and Derek White are hustlers. Meaning, like, you know, the ball's
they're gonna follow the lead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're gonna die for the ball when it's on the ground. They're gonna play their role. They can hit open shots if they need to. More importantly, Drew Holiday is one of the best defenders in the NBA, like bar none. So it's almost like people are downplaying their significance just because they're not superstars like Jason Tatum.
Yeah, but that happens so often in like so many fields,
right? Because
they're not the star, like their ability is devalued. And like you would understand the star is able to do what the star does because the people that you view as less than are doing the hard work to put that star in their place, like to help that star.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I saw it even in high school basketball, like where the guy who was taking all the shots, who was the best player on the team or whatever, when he goes to college, he can't fit in because he's never developed like the mindset to play a certain role within a team. So he goes into this new school or this new setting, whatever it is, thinking like, oh yeah, I'm the best player at my school, so I'm gonna be the best player here. And then there's somebody better than you. So now you don't know how to just
you can't navigate,
pass the ball good or just defend good, whatever. But what it's crazy though, because there's an award called All NBA, which basically they take the 5 what they think are the best players at their position: point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. They take the best 5 players, one at each of those positions, and then they give them the award at the end of the season. So Jason Tatum was named to the first team, meaning like the best of the best, All NBA, 3 years in a row. So that, like, with that being said, that's giving people even more of a reason to look at it like, yo, what the fuck? Like, why are they not playing him? Yeah.
But I mean, the way you explained it makes complete sense.
Right.
Like in his own game with his own team, separate of all these fucking pro, like super amazing players, it makes sense. But once you have everybody, like you said, that plays the role better than what he's capable of doing, yeah, you're going to be sidelined, my guy.
Exactly. Because with Boston, you know, they can give him the ball.
He's good, not great. That's the thing.
Yeah. He can give him the ball, get out his way, let him do whatever. But with the Olympics, everybody is just as good as you. Yeah. Like, you can't have the ball as long as you want that shit.
Can I ask a stupid question? I actually have a couple stupid questions I might answer that. But the first one is it called the NBA everywhere? Like what do they call basketball in like Europe?
So they have FIBA, and then Europe has the Euro League.
Okay.
Yeah. It's only the NBA in America.
Okay.
Yeah. That's actually not a stupid question.
I just figured.
I'm curious to look up what the leagues are called all across the
In like
world.
China.
Yeah.
What you told me was crazy was the Puerto Rican league.
Oh yeah,
because like, they can't be taller than 5'10" out there.
Yeah,
struggling.
But they played hard. They
quick. That's the thing.
Yeah. That's about it.
They fast. But
they have Jose Alvarado.
Of course, they got Jose.
Yeah.
How many of them they got?
Damn, that's crazy.
That's my people. I can say it. That's my people.
Damn. But no, what's fucked up is they call. Damn, now that I'm saying this is like low key racist.
Yeah, you could text it to me and I can.
Nah, but Jose Alvarado's nickname in the NBA is GTA, Grand Theft Alvarado.
That's actually so funny.
Yeah, he's always stealing the ball from people.
That's funny as shit.
Motherfuckers
get creative. Huh?
Yo, that ass. And the NBA got away with nicknames. They gotta chill out because they're gonna get somebody in trouble.
The video you sent me where they was doing the highlights for Curry.
Yeah.
The one announcer was like, it looks like a cloud. It looks cloudy with a chance of Curry. I was like, what the fuck are you even
fucking
saying?
Trash. So trash.
What are you saying?
You try to remix cloudy with a chance of meatball.
Yeah,
but it was
cloudy with a chance of Curry. He thought he was like, I fucking killed that.
Yeah, he's looking over for validation.
Everybody's like, what the fuck did you say?
That shit was ass, bro. But yeah, so here's the conspiracy supposedly surrounding Jason Tatum in the Olympics.
And I do have a conspiracy channel. It's spelled regular conspiracy, but in the end it's SEE because I want you to see the conspiracy.com. Make sure you tune in. Anyway, go ahead.
You're gonna really have people Googling that shit. And it's gonna be like
some crazy
a bunch of PDF files all over.
It was a joke.
It's gonna be George next to Alex Jones. You gotta get our channel pulled. That is not a real website.
I'm not associated with that at all. Conspiracy.
George about to get hired by Mr. Beast. Oh wait, too soon.
Man, I think it's right on the money actually.
Okay, money. That's a good pun. I like that. But yeah, so the conspiracy behind Jason Tatum not getting burned on the Olympics is people think that the Boston Celtics are just so fucking good that the only way for them to lose is for the team to be broken up. So there's the second superstar on the Boston Celtics is Jaylen Brown.
Mm-hmm.
He just won Finals MVP. He averages like 20-something points a game. He's a great player.
Okay.
Great might be a stretch. He's really good.
He's all right.
He can't go left. So that's what my knock against him is. Like how you make it to the NBA and you can't dribble with your left hand. It's fucking crazy. Anyway.
He's like Ben Stiller in that one movie. What the fuck? Where he was a model.
What was that?
Owen Wilson, Ben Stiller, they were supermodels,
yeah.
But he can't turn left. That's what that is.
And it's like that's his best side. Yeah. That's hilarious. But yeah, so Jaylen Brown is a superstar in his own right. He's earned it. But the Olympics didn't pick him to come play on the team. They picked a bunch of other people that they thought were a better fit. They thought Jaylen Brown, not so much. And they took Jason Tatum, Drew Holiday, and Derek White, like I mentioned earlier. Yeah. So people are saying that by letting Drew Holiday and Derek White play, making Jason Tatum sit on the bench, and then not including Jaylen Brown on the team, this is their way to make the players like dislike each other and create like
the NBA's way of making it like trying to create some division in there.
Yeah. So because Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum from the beginning have been.
But if that was the case, they would have played Tatum more. But if you're telling me that Tatum went over there and then really got sidelined, that doesn't help the argument. Because
it would make Jaylen Brown be sympathetic or empathetic.
Yeah, but like, they brought him over there and they didn't even play him. Like, you know, like that's fucked up. Yeah. Now, if he was on the game doing his shit, I can see Jaylen being like, I could have did that shit too. Right.
He ain't shit.
Yeah, but if you're gonna take him over there and sideline him, that argument folds.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, now that I think about it. But anyway, there are some other NBA players who feel the same way. And I have a clip for us from TikTok. This is from Kendrick Perkins, I believe. Make sure you know Kamala Harris.
James Harden, when he was on Oklahoma City, I remember having this.
I'm gonna give people a background.
Was Rick Ross?
That's funny as shit, actually.
He got the chain and everything.
Same nut ass beard. Same. Oh, Ross is bald headed. But people are comparing this situation to when Kevin Durant was telling Kendrick Perkins that James Harden, who was on their team in the Oklahoma City Thunder, was going to leave the Oklahoma City Thunder because other NBA players were telling James Harden, like, yo, you too good to be on this team, bro. You need your own team. So he's going to break.
Was whispering in his ear.
Right. So he's going to break that down here.
Conversation when we got back, when KD, James Harden, I believe Russ got back from the Olympics from winning the gold. KD said, man, we are about to lose James, and it's not about the money. And I said, man, what are you talking about? He said, we're about to lose James because when we was over in the Olympics, Braun, D-Wade, guys were telling James, bro, you too nice, bro, to be coming off the bench. You're a number one option. 2 months later, he turned down the contract extension, and the rest is history. He went to the Rockets and did his damn thing. James.
So that's exactly what we're talking about, is them using the time that he has with the Olympics to get in his head.
But to this, so it's like LeBron and Curry over there, like, dude, why are you even with, like, you need to step away from the Celtics.
They telling Jaylen Brown that he better than you.
Yeah. They brought you over here because you're better than he is. Yep. And you don't need to be in a team with him. You need to go somewhere else, start your own super team. Right. LeBron did it, that's just part of being great. Like that type of shit.
You should have been in the Hood Olympics or RDC World, like for the instigators. That shit was just too fluid, bro. Damn.
I just know how they think.
George's really a professional shit talker, because there's no way you just heard this scenario for
with
the
a
first
minimum
time.
like NBA knowledge.
Oh my God, that was bad. Yeah. You could really spice some shit up. You the dude in the bar, like, you ain't gonna hit him though.
Yeah. You know what I used to say? Like, even in school, if somebody was talking shit, I would just be like, oh shit, he just said that about your mom. And people be like, he said, what? I'm like, this is what he said, but here's what he meant. And then I'll tell them a whole different thing.
Yo.
And then the people be just getting sick.
And kids are so stupid. They would go for anything.
Yeah,
oh
like,
my God.
Right,
that's terrible. That's terrible. But yeah, no, that's a good point. So does watching that video and having another NBA player who's retired now, but he's a veteran, kind of break it down as does that change your mind at all?
Because if it was just sending him over there as part of the strategy, it's a shit strategy.
Yeah.
But if you're sending him over there so that these other motherfuckers can be in his ear the same way they was with him,
right?
Maybe.
Yeah. And it's crazy when you think about it in that way, because Stephen Curry, he needs a number 2 option now. Like the other option that he had, Klay Thompson, has gone. He's in Dallas now. So Steph Curry is on his last 2 or 3 years in the NBA.
Really? Already?
Yeah, he's 36, bro.
Dang, he really up there.
Yeah. I mean, we old as shit.
That's a problem. That's really where it lies. Because I remember when his name started getting spit out.
Yeah. So
you think Steph Curry, like, I remember seeing this thing on the internet, like an argument that Steph Curry ruined the NBA and how like new generations are going to come in to play the NBA because they all think they got to be shooters.
Yeah.
Now everybody think they got to be shooters instead of, like you said, like being point guard, right? Using the terminology. But just like being a team player, that shit's out the window. Ball handle only to shoot. Do you play? Do you see it where it's like everybody wants to be the next Steph Curry, where it's like everybody wants to be that master shooter? Like,
I see it a lot with like the younger leagues, the kids, and it's not even just, well, maybe it is Steph Curry's fault, because I was gonna say, like, people like Trae Young, Damian Lillard, these are all players who will shoot like these far ass 3-pointers, which is kind of like Steph's calling card.
Yeah.
And now you see kids like in middle school, elementary, high school trying to shoot from fucking half court.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, like, Steph is an NBA veteran. He's worked on shooting his entire life. His father was an NBA pro, a shooter at that. So, of course, if anybody's going to be able to do it, it'll
be him, yeah.
But, like, you don't have to be that. You can take normal shots. You can be really
People
good
often
at
forget
passing the
that.
ball.
People see greatness and they analyze the way that person became great.
Yeah.
And they think they have to duplicate that exact greatness and follow the steps that they took to be great.
Right.
Rather than, all right, I want to be great too. What am I good at? Prioritize that and make that great.
Facts.
Everybody wants to be what the next or the other person did. All right, they follow those fucking footsteps. I got to do that.
Facts.
No. How do you do it? What do you do well? Create that and then open your own lane of greatness.
Facts.
That's the fucked up part.
No, and that's true, because I think what the NBA needs is more people who are like solid fundamentally.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's too many players in the league right now who just care about dribbling between 4 fucking people and then shooting some crazy ass shot. When you look at like the Euro League or like other teams like across the sea and in other countries, these teams are on a competitive level with the NBA now because they play solid fundamental basketball. Like if you go and watch the USA versus Serbia, even though the USA won, Serbia put up a hell of a fight because they're passing, they're moving without the ball.
They're playing the game.
They're playing the game as a team. And that's, I think, what America needs to do more of. I think we need to be more in like practice, less like it is AAU shit and letting kids come up the court and dribble between their fucking legs 17 times before they shoot the ball.
Like Instagram, that's the problem. Or social media. I mean, that's what it is. The highlights.
Facts,
right?
Facts. Everybody
fuck everything else. I
viral.
fucking crossed you over and then I fucking laid it up.
Yeah.
And I'm embarrassing you.
Yeah.
Now I'm great.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
You can go on like any Facebook post. There's a bunch of videos with little kids screaming, talking about some like doing YouTube.
I've seen that.
Y'all 7.
Yeah.
Hey, what are we talking about?
Funniest thing I ever saw was fucking Kai Cenat.
Mm-hmm.
He has a highlight reel.
Playing basketball?
Basketball. Against,
that's right. They have like
kids,
a creator.
Against kids.
Oh my God. No, Kai.
And it's like high production, him like crossing them over and they're fucking kids. That's just fucking hilarious.
The first thing I ever seen like that was when there was like this low quality video. My man's was dribbling. He had like flip flops on, and it was maybe like this 2-year-old little girl, and she was trying to stay in front of him. He's like, ooh, wham! He's like, ah! It went crazy because she fell on her diaper, and then he went and laid this shit up. I was like, bro, y'all are crazy. This is nasty work.
All right, so we're about to close it up.
Yeah.
To close it out, I have some other shit that's just funny. All right. First question, actually, before we get into a couple TikToks that I want to show you.
Okay.
And I could have Googled it, but I'm not. I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, God.
Is sign language universal? So, like, is a deaf Japanese person able to communicate with a deaf American person via sign language?
Wow. I believe that it's different depending on the country you're
So
in.
there's like Japanese sign language and then
Yeah.
American. Why? If it's just like deaf. It's not like you don't need to hear a dialect. You don't need to hear the way it's pronounced. If it's deaf, it's deaf.
I think it's more of like a cultural thing, because when people think about sign language, like from what I've seen at least, the hand movements are in relation to things that you and I know. So like here or like and wow, it's probably crazy because that's definitely not how you say here in sign language.
My man just fucking.
I just made it up. I made my own language.
My man was like here or heart.
Yeah, heart.
I think heart is actually
bro.
like
It's
that.
something like that. But then somebody's gonna be in the chat like, no, this is actually
Fucking ignorant
kaboom for sign
bitches.
language. But yeah, so read this with subtitles if you're deaf. We are
not
for
about
everybody. Yeah. No.
The only one that I know is like this. It means like milk.
Okay.
Because when Eli was young, he had like a speech issue. So we were trying to teach him some stuff. And the one that he really grasped was milk. When he wanted milk, he would do that.
Okay.
So that's the only one that I know.
Okay. Yeah. And you know, I should have learned, because I had a cousin who also had a speech issue. And I mean, she eventually developed better skills at speaking, but yeah, something we should all learn.
All right. So this next TikTok. So there's this girl, Neve is her name, right?
Neve?
Yeah. She looks like the daughter in The Incredibles, the one that goes invisible. Like that's really who she looks like.
That is exactly what she looks like. Violet.
Violet. Yeah.
Wow.
So her thing on TikTok is that she just says dad jokes.
Okay.
Corny dad jokes, kind of cringe, a little awkward.
She's what, like a teenager? What?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because we're gonna get into the comments, and the comments are so opposite.
All right. Before we, because I want to make sure I'm not going to hell. I'm trying to keep my path righteous.
Sure.
Does she have special needs?
I couldn't tell you. I don't think she does.
Okay.
She just seems like a fun person. But here's like
I'm
one of her jokes.
Shout out Kawhi Leonard.
Trade a deer. I tried to trade a deer for fireworks. I just want the best bang for my buck.
So it's super corny dad jokes.
Oh my
right?
God. That was so cringe.
We're going to jump
All right.
into the comments.
Oh, shout out to Neve.
Ha ha ha. Good one. Can you give me a rusty trombone, please?
Somebody said that?
No.
Yeah, Hawk to a girl from
Hawk
Kmart.
to a girl from Walmart or Kmart.
That's insane.
All right, let's check out another one of her videos because they're all the same.
I'm lost. I keep running in circles. I guess it's time I start running in a square. Times Square.
Good joke there.
Bro, she has almost 40,000 likes on this shit.
That's funny. Can I have a New York crab apple?
What is? I don't even want to know what that is. Actually.
Good one. Now beef all over my stroganoff. Like, and somebody's like, welcome back, gents. Good to see everyone. Because the comments for this girl's content is just people, guys saying, requesting the most off the wall shit.
Bro, I'm not even trying to be like a buzzkill, but what the fuck is wrong with these dudes?
Hilarious.
Like, are they not getting laid at home?
Hilarious. Edge me at my parents' house. That's funny. Give me a Cleveland streamer. Like these things,
What the
I
hell
don't
is
even know
that?
what they are. I'm sure people are Googling like crazy sex shit.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, that's crazy. Let me
Yeah.
go ask her to do it.
But why her? There's like plenty of
The most
OnlyFans.
innocent
Yeah,
person
like, she
ever.
has
She's
nothing
just
to do
saying
with any of
dad
that.
jokes. And then she's just fucking getting bombarded with the most wild comments ever.
And you know what's crazy is that if there was like one type of joke you wouldn't want to like make sexual innuendos with, it would be dad jokes. Like, how do
I don't
you
know the
connect
connection.
two?
I think it's so separated from one another that it actually makes it hilarious that now they're just in the same world.
Do you know what this reminds me of, actually? Before Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese got to the WNBA, anytime you look at clips of the WNBA, like highlights or whatever on social media, comment section full of men. Man, that tuna sandwich I had earlier was amazing. It's a slight chance of rain tomorrow. You guys make sure you get an umbrella. My ass has been itching all week.
Just the shit that has nothing to do with the clip. Like this clip was so boring.
Bro.
that I gotta talk about something
I
else.
was like, yo, why did y'all even come here?
Yeah.
Just scroll past this
Yeah.
shit. But they wanted to make sure
that
that people know
Yeah.
this shit is trash. And I would rather talk about my itchy ass than talk about these
The whatever
corny
clip.
ass players. Wild as fuck. Dudes, and then they wonder why they say we psychopaths.
But yeah, women have had a good year.
How so?
WNBA is blown up.
Bombing, yeah.
And then because of the Olympics and Simone Biles, like
Yeah.
all that whole shit is blowing up.
Yeah.
Like women have had a decent year. Y'all got a female running for president.
Yeah.
Live it up. It doesn't
A
last long,
female.
ladies.
That's not gonna last.
I hope you enjoy 2024 because it's not gonna happen any 2020 more.
All right. Enough of dad jokes. We'll see y'all next week. Jesus Christ, George.